Today I'm going to introduce you to a very powerful person, a very interesting person, someone who's extremely successful, someone who's very, very strong, someone who has all the answers, someone who knows how to succeed. And this person will really, really help you. Now, you have to understand and realize that we have so much around us in terms of success of others, right? So we look at the success achieved by someone as big as Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, and we admire their stories. We read their books. We attend their live events. We like watching their inspirational videos, and then we feel so inspired. We think that everything that they have done is such an amazing story, such a dream, and indeed it is. But that's their path. That was their journey. That is how they came up. Most of them never actually planned to be billionaires, but they are. Why? Because their journeys led them there. And every time I look around and I see billions and billions of people trying to imitate something that they are not, someone that they are not, while they always miss the opportunity to meet this important person that I talked about, this important person, this very powerful personality that can change your life. If you look at the way life is actually exactly the way you perceive it. If you perceive for something to be nice, it will end up being nice. If you perceive for something to be enlightened, even in the darkest days, you will see a lot of light. If you perceive for something to be within your means, even though you don't have the resources, it will be within your means. Perception plays a huge role. And that is why some of the most successful people in the world have perceived their success before they have actually achieved it. So if you look at the resources available to you and somebody like Leonardo da Vinci, okay, both of you had the same resources. He had the same two eyes that you have. He had the same two hands. He had a heart pumping too. He was very much a human like you. He had the same 24 hours in a day that you have. And yet he was able to achieve a lot more than what you are. Why? Because he started to perceive things in a different plane. He started to believe in things much before they began to happen. Belief is very, very important. Hope is nice, but belief is very important. And the one person that you really need to believe in is this person that I'm going to introduce you to today. And this person will help you succeed. And this person has been sitting inside you for a very long time. This person has the same amount of resources that Da Vinci had, that Mark Zuckerberg had, that Bill Gates had, that Steve Jobs had. And yet, you don't use this person to develop yourself into a success story. You spend a lot of time being depressed, sad, and sorry for yourself. Sad and sorry that you haven't made what you thought you would make in your life. You haven't earned what you thought you would earn in your life. You haven't achieved success that you thought you will achieve in your life. Well, those are all the elements everybody else who is successful today has had in their lives. They have had several failures, several disappointments, several humiliations before they succeeded. Until that day, that moment when they met this very powerful, influential person in their life. And that was themselves. They met the person who was within them, sitting inside, wanting to be successful against all odds. Success and glory comes because you decide to succeed against all odds. So up until the point that you do that, up until the point that you are being geared for success, up until the point that you practice and practice and practice until you achieve success, you will not be successful. The day you meet the most powerful person, which is you, that's sitting inside of you, waiting to be unleashed to this world, you will not be able to succeed. You will not succeed because you're reading books on success. You will not succeed because you are dreaming of becoming like a Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg. You will succeed because you have decided to understand what is your journey and where is your path leading you. Because your resources are completely different to someone else's. So when you decide to be successful, you will meet that successful person inside you first, and you will believe in yourself to succeed. And that is where your journey of success will begin. And guess what? That might be far more bigger and far more successful than any Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, or Leonardo da Vinci. So today, I introduce to you the most powerful, the most influential, and the most successful person in your life, you. And I really, really want you to meet this person sooner in your life rather than later, so that you achieve success far more faster and earlier than you have imagined.